What's up, everyone? You are listening to Wake Up Naked. I am your host, Esme Leon. We're going in deep into ourselves. We're going to be talking about ideas and concepts and things that have the potential to actually change our lives. So get excited, get ready, and what are you waiting for? Come over here and get naked with me. Hello, everyone. You are tuned in to Wake Up Naked, and we are going to dive right into it. I'm super excited about today's topic because it really gives us and circulates the power within us that we all have. What we're going to talk about today is one or two questions that will absolutely revolutionize all of our relationships and will definitely revolutionize all of our conversations. The more that we do it, the more that we practice, and the better that we get at it. Now, as we go about our lives, we have to see what's productive and what's not productive. So I really do my best to pay attention to, is this conversation that I'm having right now, is this a productive conversation? I get super bored with unproductive conversations. You know, I have a friend who always talks about things to me that feel very like on the surface, like slightly always complaining, slightly a bit pessimistic. And to me, that's boring. To me, that's average. When you talk to me about your problems, I'm not saying that there's not a time and place. Of course, we all have challenges. And of course, we all need a friend that we can say and sit down and say, hey, this is what's happening. What do you think? What are your thoughts? What are your insights? But even as we talk about problems, as we talk about challenges, we have to keep a vibe of productivity. You know, sometimes if we're just bitching to bitch, it will amplify the problem. And we're not, you ever meet those people that they don't really want a solution? They just want to bitch. They just want to complain. They just want to dump all their negative emotions onto you. You know, that's not cool. And we need to be able to set boundaries for ourselves when those people do come around. And of course, if you have, I'm not talking about when you have a good friend that's asking you for advice. You know, yeah, you sit down with them and you hold a space of love and you hold a space of peace while they speak to you, and you help them make it a productive environment where solutions can come through so that their problems can be alleviated and uplifted, right? On the regular, we have to ask, is this conversation that I'm having right now, is it productive? And one thing that I also love to ask is, does this add value? What I am about to say, does this add value? Is this encouraging? Is this productive? And I think these are important questions that we all need to ask ourselves. Because, you know, gossiping, as an example, I think it's an easy thing that we can get sucked into, but it's so unproductive. Nobody wins. Nobody, not the person that is being talked about, not the, you know, you get that feeling when you're gossiping where you're just like, it feels a little bit like, oh yeah, and then this happened, and then this, and then they did that, and then, oh my God, they did that. Oh my God, I can't believe it. And then it feels like an empty hole, you know, once it's done. Like you both know you really shouldn't have been talking about that person, and you both know that it was completely unproductive, and you both know that it wasn't nice, and you both know, or maybe it's a group, whatever. But I really do my best not to gossip about other people. It's none of our business, and it doesn't feel good. And at the end of the day, answer the question, is this a productive conversation? No, it is not. You're probably just having it because you're bored with your life. And if you could just go into that so you can be better. How are you going to change your life if you're so busy talking about other people's lives, you know? And that's obviously easy. And I'm going on a tangent here as far as gossiping because I'm a a big believer in not gossiping, and not saying that I've never done it before, but when I have done it, it doesn't feel good. And so I'm very conscious of it and doing my best not to get sucked into gossip, and definitely never being the one that starts the gossip, you know? So I think those are two powerful questions, team, circling us back to the beginning. Every conversation that we have today, let's ask that question. Let's ask, is this productive? Does this add value? Is what I am about to say productive? And if it's not productive, we have to learn to keep our mouths shut. That is the first step, team, because, you know, the more we talk about and complain about things, the more that we're stuck in that same situation. Look at your life. Look at examples of your life. You don't have to believe me. Just look at your life. The things that you've been complaining about, how much have they changed? Probably not much. So if we're wanting our lives to get better, if we're wanting to improve, we have to learn to have more productive conversations, and we have to be picky about the conversations that we're having, and we have to be picky about the words that come out of our mouths. We have to learn to be picky. And I believe those are two of the most powerful questions that you can ask when it comes to circulating powerful conversations that are going to move you forward. You know, is what I'm about to say productive? Is what I'm about to say adding value? And if the answer is no to either of those, keep your mouth shut as step number one. And if you have the power to switch it up, you know, then do that. Instead of just keeping your mouth closed, go ahead and say something different. Go ahead and choose. That's the biggest word here. Choose to say something that's productive. And you know, that happens to me all the time. There's a story that I want to tell that's been in my heart, or it's been in my consciousness, right? Something that happened to me that wasn't pleasant. Like, what can I think about right now that happened recently? Oh, like when I got pulled over, right? And I couldn't bite my mouth the first 2 or 3 times that I ran into someone. I just needed to tell them about how I got pulled over and how, you know, the officer was just so chatty. And if he was going to give me a ticket, he just needed to give me a ticket and shut his mouth, you know? And I repeated that story a few times. And then I realized how unproductive it was. Then I realized that was a dumb topic to talk about. Then I realized, okay, maybe it wasn't so dumb, but it just is unproductive. And it just creates more of a vibration of like, man, I got pulled over. I got pulled over. I got pulled over. So would I be surprised if I got pulled over again? No, because I was talking about it so much with people, you know? So learning to be productive means this story isn't productive. So I'm just going to close my mouth. I'm going to stop telling that story. So as we wrap up here, team, let me ask you, what are the old stories in your life that you're just tired of telling that aren't productive anymore? What is the story in your life that you've said so much that is unproductive? It doesn't lead you. And by unproductive, I mean it's not moving you forward. The more you say it, the angrier you feel. The angrier you feel, the more stuck in the moment you are. So what story have you been telling that is unproductive? Have you been gossiping lately? Unproductive, unnecessary. How about we take some time to talk about our dreams, our vision, our goals, our desires? How about we take the time to talk about things we appreciate? How about we take the time to talk about the things that are going right? How about we take the time and talk about people that we love and the things that we love about them? How about we take the time to talk about things that we're proud that we did, you know? And today we challenge ourselves. I challenge you. Do not repeat that story today. That story that you know is unproductive, my challenge to you today, do not repeat it. And when that urge, because that urge is very real, guys, we want to tell everyone, we want to call our mom, we want to call our friend, we want to, oh my God, this person did this, and we want to tell the whole world. Guys, keep your mouth shut. I'm challenging you. Keep your mouth shut and see what happens. Maybe something new will happen in your life when you stop telling the same old story. Wouldn't that be a crazy thing? Something new will happen when we stop saying the same old damn stories, when we stop complaining about the same old damn things. Team, we have that power, and I challenge you to do that today. Tell a new story, and if you're incapable of telling a new story, keep your mouth shut. I love you. I'm rooting for you. Ciao. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you got as much out of that as I did. If you have not hit the subscribe button, make sure to go back and hit subscribe and keep coming back. Team, we're going to the top, and I will see you there. I'm out.